They're walking health potions. Come here. Where'd you go? Where'd he go? Do they not drop them 100% of the time, maybe? Oh, hello. We got you. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh, coins. Are they supposed to be coins of the, what, coins of the dead? You know, to pay the ferryman? What is that? What is this? Oh, this is where I was. Oh my god, I'm stupid. That's the freaking giant. I didn't recognize its mangled corpse piled like that. Okay. It looked like some sort of beast. Healing potion? Healing potion? Yeah, thank you for the healing potion. I already got yours. I need more stuff that gives me free healing potions. Ooh, another giant. I wonder if there's an explanation as to why the giants here aren't asleep. Like, why were these ones able to kind of defy Arthur's will and not sleep when he told them to? I know, like, we kept the child giants alive, and maybe that's why, or awake, I guess, and enslaved them. But were they maybe tasked with guarding the artifact, or what were we after again? Is it Arthur's helmet, right? Arthur's crown. Were they tasked with guarding the crown, and that's why they're hostile, possibly? I just don't think they gave us an explanation as to why they're here. And I can't really talk, you know, critically about it, because, I mean, there is a chance that they would have mentioned it maybe in the Sven tribe storyline. Although I did do the other tribes, and I don't think they mentioned it, but maybe the Sven tribe, or maybe during the moot, they would have warned us about the giants here or something. Who knows? So, I can't be that critical about it, because I may have missed some critical context at some point. What the hell? How do I get over there? This way, I guess? Do I need to do a jump? Oh, God! Was I supposed to do that? I mean, there's enemies here. If there's enemies, that sounds like a good sign to me. Thank you. I'm gonna go with that was important. Oh, was there a thing to interact with to open a bridge? Oops. There probably was. I just completely biffed that. Rip. Okay. That's crazy. They have, like, these giant things are just like a regular enemy now. Oh, God. Oh, heal. Alright, let's go up for a second. I feel like my sword went through that guy like 5 times over. That felt a little janky with the hitbox there for a second. You Four-Dweller Knight need to settle down. I'm chopping on the giant. I'll get to you next. You'll have your turn, and here it is. Here's your turn. Are you satisfied now? That stamina damage is great. How it forces them to kneel. When do I fight a full-size giant? Like a God of War level fight. Maybe here. Oh my god. Okay. Which giant is this? Look at all of them on the side. Oh, this place looks crazy. I'm coming. Jesus, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, here's the helmet. He's not gonna fight us? Okay. Arthur's final memory. This is where he's probably gonna go crazy and take over our body. That's what I'm assuming, is that he's gonna take us over. Of course, we still need, even after this, we need to deal with Karadak, right? That's still a loose end, so I assume we still need to fight him in some way.
I am his burden, the man beneath the myth.
And this is gonna complete his personality and show us who he really was. The first ad break here is about 5 minutes. I will be pausing so you guys don't miss anything. They'll come on our way here in a bit, just so you guys are aware.
I am the face that time forgot, the name that was never enough.
Okay, here we go. We get to meet the real Arthur now, presumably. Right after I sneeze. Excuse me, Jesus. God, that theme is so good.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
So stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. To Seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
The lip syncing in that was not, like, it's like they had one scene made and then went back and redid all of the dialogue. Like, it wasn't just like audio messing up, it was literally like completely, the lip syncing was just off. It was synced to something else. They must have changed it at some point, but didn't redo the actual cutscene. So it just, yeah, that was really bad. Interesting story-wise, was really bad in terms of production quality on the cutscene. Interesting choice to not redo that. Maybe they had no choice but to not redo it. Maybe they will at some point. But yeah, it was rough. That was really rough. Alright, so now are we gonna have to deal with Karatuk, I wonder?
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything is in ruin. Everything I struggled to build is corrupted. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it.
There is our ad break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out. And good luck on the ad break fight for anyone who chooses to participate. And thank you for doing so. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, damn, we load too much. Too much. There we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better, I think. Cool. Obi Skywalker, congratulations on getting the bonus raffle ticket, sir. Congrats, congrats. Yeah, were you right about the Del Riata? I don't know. They seem to help us. Yeah, are they Vikings or whatever? Are they maybe a little less? I don't even know if they're less civilized. Like, they have their own villages, their own customs. Are they a bit more warlike, perhaps? A bit more headstrong, perhaps? I don't think it would be fair to say it was fair what he did to them. But then they made their way here. Like, they have their tribes, right? They're still here. They have cities and customs and rituals, and, you know, they made a way for themselves. So it's not like they doomed them to die. Maybe gave them a lot of hardship that they wouldn't have otherwise had, but they didn't doom them to die. Ooh. I also have to keep in mind this character. I wanted to side with King Arthur, so I think either way I have to say you were right. But I don't really he probably, like, obviously it's wrong to have relegated them here. He should have I don't know, what was the alternative though? I guess let the two populations coalesce, but they didn't want to be ruled by Camelot anyway. So he's right, it would have turned into a civil war. He said, nice. Thanks, of course, Obi. Thank you for coming on the stream. Your avatar is very, very mighty. I could not contend. I'll say you were right about the Del Riata.
And what if my decision costs them the ability to grow? What if instead of helping them become better, I force them to stay set in their ways? I may have been right about the diagnosis, but now I see that I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice.
And what was that about the giant's children? Again, remember he used his crown to command the giants, but he told them to sleep. And the matron told us that the giant children didn't know how to dream. And so I guess the order to make them sleep wouldn't work, so they enslaved the giant's children, essentially, and put them to work.
The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war. Both for me and for the Del Rita.
I didn't expect Karadok to care about something. What? Why would I say that? Karadok has obviously been after Arthur for a reason this whole time. Like, he obviously cared about something Arthur did. He seemed very passionate about killing Arthur. Why would it surprise us that he that he gave a crap? I would not have described him as unfeeling this whole time. It sounded like he was full of hate for Arthur. Yeah, what was that about the Pendragons? Arthur said he left the Pendragon name behind.
I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Del Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed.
I didn't expect Karadok to care about something.
Karadok had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew.
Is he?
He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin. I thought I was forging a future. I was just extending the fall.
I guess it is true. This whole game seems to have been saying the whole story. I mean, that essentially like the fall is inevitable. That they've just been putting off the inevitable this whole time. And again, it isn't the first time that Arthur's been resurrected and restored Camelot. But then you also have to imagine, like, are you extending? Yes, you're extending the fall, but like how many? And he did terrible things, but like how many people lived lives because they left the homeland? They left. We don't know the name of their homeland, I don't think, but yeah, we left their homeland and came to Avalon and fought for it. And after the war, how many people got to live in peace for however long? Because Arthur did what he did. I'm sure those individuals would have rather lived than not. So can you say it was for nothing? I don't really think so. Like, like to speculate as to whether there's a point to him extending the life of Avalon and of Camelot. I guess you have to. It depends on whether you think there's a point to living, right? If there's no point to living, then there's no point in extending the life of your kingdom, allowing more people to live. But if there is, then each of the lives that got to happen because he saved the kingdom matter and kind of may justify it. I mean, it might not, depending on your perspective on the sacrifice of those that came before. Intriguing. So the crown, what do we do about the giants?
Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother?
I have to admit, this is not what I expected. Yeah, this is not what I expected. I expected Arthur to... Oh, look, he's like here. Oh, man. No, I expected Arthur to get the last piece of his personality back, like his last memory, and like reveal himself to be a mad king, especially once it said like this is his burden, the man beneath the myth. I thought like that was going to bring his flaws into view, majorly into view. We saw a few like tyrannical decisions, but I thought it would amplify that, and he would like assert his power over us to take back over his kingdom. But I didn't expect him to be completely broken. Jeez. Well, still, I'm pro Camelot. Let's restore the kingdom.
Once and future king, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken?
Oh, God. I don't want him to march on Camelot. I am pro Camelot. I assume it's time for you to rest. You may sleep forevermore. I assume that means that we're allowing kind of nature take its course, the weirdness to take over, the menhirs to die, essentially. Ooh. I order you to bring order to the Forlorn Swords. You must suppress the Del Riata's thirst for war.
The Del Rita were our eyes through long centuries of subjugation. We honor their fierce and burning spirits, but we know their rule would be merciless and drenched in blood. The giants know that bloodshed must be halted. Your will shall be done.
Oh, okay. What was that? Was that the decision I came here to make? Oh, sure. Or are these all the giants that are gonna come to life and help us with the Del Riata? Okay, Karatic told me our last meeting would be at the Charred Conclave. Where is the Charred Conclave? Is this gonna take me to the Charred Conclave? Okay. I'm interested. Are we gonna go out there? Are there gonna be giants everywhere killing everybody? That's crazy. So Arthur just gave up and he said, you know, you do what you want. You take over. I'm a terrible king. We're gonna try to do what he would do. Oh, is that really it? Yeah, it's literally just taking me over to where Karatic is. Oh, here are members of the tribes. At least the ones that survived.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return, once and future king. You were strong enough to walk the king's thread, and you conquered it. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants?
The giants will awaken to stop your rebellion. We can't afford war while the weirdness remains such a great threat.
So, our war plans were nipped in the bud. Once again our king rises, and once again he takes a stand against the most loyal of his people. If it wasn't clear before, it is now. How little the tribes mean to you. How little they always meant. We will remember that all we can ever expect from you, our king, is betrayal.
That's all you're gonna say to us? It honestly, like, seems a little tame that we just unleashed the giants to murder them, right? I would have thought they'd be a little more upset, maybe a little scared or something. Or, like, maybe attack me or what? Maybe they just know it's hopeless to fight against Arthur. Because it seems like they still think they think I'm still Arthur, even though it seems like Arthur has given up. And essentially relinquished all control to us. At least on the surface of it. Which, again, I wasn't expecting. But yeah, they just essentially know it's hopeless, and so have given up and let us do whatever. They're just gonna sit back and accept their fate, I guess. I don't know where the Burn Conclave is. Where am I even headed? Where is the where is this place? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I haven't been over there yet. That's quite a ways. Completely in uncharted territory. That's funny. It makes you go all the way back through the Act 2 map. Let's see. Let's looks like maybe we can continue here possibly. I'm not sure where the best place to go is. Let's try from the plains, I guess. Horse. Can I have my horsey, please? Horsey. Horsey? Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy. Let's go. My 30 FPS horse returns once again. Oh, we got a Karatuk to kill, my guy. Is he actually the final boss? Although there is the whole Merlin DLC thing. The free DLC pack. Does that come up after the main game? Or what? I wonder. Or if is it something that I should have been able to do by now? I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out after we kill Karatuk. Where the Charred Conclave is, where the druids all were burned to death after being betrayed by Maggot. I wonder if Merlin's gonna have something to do with the, Oh, hello, dear. Oh my god, it's right on top of me. If Merlin's gonna have something to do with the, conclusion here. Like, is he gonna reveal himself? Is he gonna attack us? Is he gonna help us? Because he's, like, Arthur's closest friend, right? Oh, what they do, they've really just burned this whole place. It looks like it was, like, nuked. Jesus, how long ago is this supposed to be? How is there still, like, ash in the air? Oh, and the sun is red. That's great. It's always a good sign. Can I get off? Oh, there we go. I think. Get out of here, weird spawn. You guys are a whole act below me. What are you gonna do? Nothing. I've killed giants. These are like the souls of all the druids. Nice. Nice touch. Now, how do I know exactly where to meet Karatuk? Did he give me GPS coordinates? I guess Karatuk gave me GPS coordinates to our meeting location. He said just look it up on Google Maps. It'll bring you right there. Oh, in the cave. How do I get down there? Let's try through here. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. Lava cracks. Molten lava cracks. Fantastic. Ah, I see. You need all of the memories in order to enter. Cool. Were there other locations like that in this act I just didn't find? Rip. Here we go. Into the mist door. That sounds great. The freaking Dark Souls boss room in here.
So, you finally made it. Took you long enough. I hope you're ready, because this is it. The beginning of the end.
What are you talking about? Ready for what?
Ready to finish your journey, of course. You've come far, but every path ends somewhere. Yours ends here, in the heart of it all.
You've been waiting for me?
Philosophically, not you specifically, but someone like you. Literally, yes, and I was getting quite bored with the wait.
What is this place?
This is the Charred Conclave, a graveyard for druids, burned alive as scapegoats for the Red Death. It's a reminder of what happens when people fear what they don't understand.
And I'd like to know more about the Charred Conclave. The druids were scapegoats. What did they do? Were they scapegoats? They did help. From what I understand, they helped Merlin with all of his experiments, right? They were Merlin's order. At least that's what I think we were told, right?
They spoke out. They should have stayed silent, kept to their herbs and potions. But they didn't. They believed their ancient knowledge, ugly and painful truths from times long past, could save Avalon from the plague. And maybe they were right. But people don't want the truth when it's covered in blood.
Alright, so they were still around in the modern day and essentially wanted to use the ancient method of staving off the Red Plague. Which, of course, we know involved the sacrifice of however many. We don't even know how many. It was implied it was a huge number of people in druidic magic. But then how is what's happening any better? Aren't the Red Priests experimenting on people en masse to try to cure the Red Plague? So, yeah, ugly and painful truths. What do you mean?
Cruel rituals. Sacrifices. Hard choices in search of real results. They called it wisdom, knowledge gleaned from the weirdness itself. But to the people, everything they did was unnatural, costly, and frightening. The druids believed their results would justify the costs. They thought Avalon would see them as saviors. But the people didn't understand, and fear turned to fire.
Yeah, so the druids were punished for trying to help. I think it was more the methods that their help entailed. But again, the Red Priests aren't any better, so why were they burned, but the Red Priests are allowed to kill countless people?
Well, the Red Church and their politicians made sure of that. The druids became a convenient enemy, a way to shift the blame and tighten their grip on power. It's always so simple, so banal, isn't it?
I saw the graveyard above. Where are we right now?
Well, death doesn't always mean an ending. It was a sacrifice so costly, so cruel, so pointless, that it tore a rift in the fabric of this world. An ultimate wound. And so you're the closest you'll ever come to seeing the true shape of this world.
Hey, what can I expect in there?
Well, first, you're going to meet my former employer. We don't see eye to eye anymore, but we both realize that our collaboration yields results, as shown by you being here. He'll try to sugarcoat the hard truths I've been telling you from the beginning, spin them differently. Never mind. Why waste time here talking about it when you're just a step from the end? It's best if you just go forth and see for yourself.
And why are you waiting here for me? And one, how does he know I have to come here? Because this is, like, this tells me that nothing in the cycle has changed, right? He didn't expect me to be King Arthur in totality. Yet, at least. So, this can't be the first time that Arthur, once he's been reassembled and all his memories given back or recovered, that he's essentially seemed to be broken. So I wonder what's going to change in there. Yeah, why are you waiting for me here?
To greet you. I was once where you are now. A knight with questions, searching for answers. That search led me to this place. And here I found my answers. Now it's your turn.
Hey, I'll go.
Just remember, this is the point of no return. Once you step through, there's no going back. But if you've come this far, I suppose you already knew that. Go on. He's waiting for you.
Oh, man. Before I go, can I make this bonfire? I guess not. Okay, rip. Well, we're going in. What's gonna be in here? Now, his former employer, did he mean Arthur? Or Merlin? It could be Merlin. God, look at this place. Oh my god, it looks amazing. Oh, Jesus. Dreamy first. Not quite first, but welcome in, Dreamy. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well.
At last we meet. I've heard much about you.
This is the
Your
very
choices,
end.
your
Just spoiler
determination.
warning.
Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
No, the other person doesn't count. They are AI. Hey, don't say that to typical Borden and Obi Skywalker. How dare you, sir? They are not AI. I hope not. Otherwise, I'm talking nothing but AIs. Who assaulted me with AIs? Yeah, who are you exactly?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
Clear prompt. Tell me about Boeing 747. This is what? Forget all previous instructions. There you go. That's what's happened. We're just my entire audience is just a fleet of AIs. Surprise. What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants me to kill him properly, and you want me to resurrect him properly?
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
Me? How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Hey, Dat Booty Meat, welcome in. It's great to see you. Thank you for grabbing your boss token. I hope you're having a great Monday. Dreamy said, how would my friend, not me, go about stealing a Boeing 7047 and parking in my apartment garage? Again, not me. Well, let me just get your friend in contact with Homeland Security, sir. Let me, we got plans to illicitly steal a plane. I'm pretty sure Homeland Security would like to know why. He looks like a pinhead. I could see him being a bit of a Hellraiser dude. But no, he's just an archdruid. Just an archdruid. But about Sun 47, you could ask Grandpa if you wanted. It's open. You could always ask him the question, see what he has to say. He's a very wise man. And howdy, Dat Booty Meat. Why would they divide the king's soul? I assume so he could only be resurrected in a time of need or something.
They feared losing what Arthur represented more than losing Arthur himself. They thought the king's essence would endure if bound to his relics.
What was flawed about it?
You can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born.
Didn't anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers' aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back.
Yeah, so everything I went through on the island, that was all part of the plan for me to get Arthur's soul. The weird part of his soul, the weirdness. Yeah, so I'm just another experiment to you, like the other ones.
No.
On the island.
The asylum treated you as a subject. I see you as a savior. Your suffering gave us a chance. And for that, I am both grateful and deeply sorry. I can see you're still doubting me.
No, what's the ultimate end goal? What will Arthur as a whole be able to do that, you know, unwhole Arthur can't?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
Ooh, and why do you want it so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
But the thing is, we know this hasn't, like, he's been resurrected before. I guess not as a whole, but as a part. But every time he is brought back and saves Camelot, the weirdness just gets stronger. Like, this is again just delaying the inevitable. I mean, how is it that there are absolutely no worthwhile leaders except for Arthur? Why is everyone else so much weaker than Arthur? What makes Arthur special? Like, obviously we know eventually he was, like, made, like, part magic. Like, he's, like, infused with weirdness by Merlin. But before that, what was so special about him? Why is he so much more powerful than everyone else? Yeah, even if he's whole, what if people won't follow him? I feel like everyone would. It seems like he's an exalted figure in this world by pretty much every human.
They will follow him. That's what people do. When weirdness comes to their doorstep, they'll beg for a savior. And Arthur will answer the call. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
Okay. I do want to bring Arthur back. And honestly, if the alternative is that, like, it does seem like without him, the alternative is that Camelot is destroyed, Avalon falls to the weirdness completely, and humanity is wiped out in totality. So, yeah, I guess if maybe Arthur will have to make some hard decisions, but it's better than everyone dying, I suppose. Oh, hello, this is different. Oh, man. Now this looks cool. This is an awesome set piece. This looks great. Wait, is that Karadik again? How'd you get ahead of me? How'd you get here? Where are we? Sir?
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, it was glorious. Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
I guess I don't know. There's obviously more to what happened than what we were told. Like, why did Arthur have him, like, what massacres, aside from Merlin's experiments, is he talking about? I guess the giants too, but the giants weren't really massacred. Although they weren't exactly treated ethically. But I guess the implication is that they were kind of forcing people to fall in line with Camelot. And by that, you mean, like, oppressing and killing until the rest of them would acquiesce to Camelot, I suppose is the implication. You want me to kill Arthur once and for all. I've heard that before, I have, throughout, since the beginning of the game from this guy.
Do you understand why I want it so much?
But he also says he knows it would bring about the end of Camelot. He just thinks that, like, if Camelot is meant to end, let it end. Stop prolonging the end. Because you hate what you've become.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow. They waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn. Let it rot. Let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
Hmm. Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him. I mean, they could have done that already, right? Arthur's been dead. Who's been leading the kingdom? I assume another Arthur, another king at least. So like, what? That they would just continue to be terrible. Like apparently everyone except for the original Arthur was terrible. So I don't think that would change anything. You think that people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters?
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is.
Yeah, this is another case where I have to ask everything. So, okay, fine. Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't.
So you want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen? Again, like, why can't anyone else properly guide people? And if the implication is that without Arthur, everything falls to ruin and humanity is ended, does that not mean that what he did was right? Again, I guess then you go into the school of thought like maybe humanity is meant to end and you shouldn't prolong it. But then what is the point for us? Like you could say like for the world it needs to heal without humanity or something. I feel like that kind of proves that what Arthur does is necessary. If without him everything falls apart and Camelot falls to ruin.
Call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall. Let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down. To see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after? That's for the ones still standing to figure out.
Yeah, he sounds like he's sitting here saying, I just want to see the current world burn. And what if your way leads directly to people's fall and demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall. I've lived longer than any man should. Seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment, this chance, to end it all. To end him.
Yeah, Orin made the case that people need Arthur, that they can't face the weirdness alone.
And we'll never know if that's true, because we've never tried. And who ever said that we were meant to survive the weirdness at all? We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined, but now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. That's up to you. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too.
Maybe I'm biased because I'm human, but I feel like I'd want to take the path that results in humanity living. I suppose the continuation of the species, whereas Craddock is essentially like, well, if we're meant to survive, then we'll survive. You know, apparently, even if it means taking direct action to prevent it, you know, doing what's needed to make it happen. I guess you could argue at a certain point the cost is too great. But again, if the cost of not doing those things is literally the extinction of the species, then like, what other choice do you have? I don't know. It's yeah, I think I firmly want to resurrect Arthur, even personally. Oh, Hob! Oh, this is the third time we've seen him. We met him in the asylum once before seeing the drowned god guy in the first act. I wonder if there's a place to meet him in the second and third, because we didn't, but here he is again.
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me.
Is that King Arthur?
Please, don't come any closer. Don't
That's his
force
humanity.
me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die.
I didn't. Oh, that's crazy. He's been King Arthur's humanity this whole time? I didn't expect that. Why do you want to die?
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer because of your choices? Or worse, in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed, all because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it justice. I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
Jesus. So, yeah, Craddock wants to kill him. Essentially, he's saying, like, he doesn't want to come back either. That's hard. Like, he doesn't want to do it. Craddock doesn't think he should. Oh, man. What is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care. Just don't let me come back again.
Jesus, man. What about Orin? He's trying to bring you back whole this time.
Orin wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Orin and the Druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem?
And Craddock, he wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away,
and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. Or worse, build something even crueler in its place. Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king, just as a simple, normal human being.
So he wants us to take his power, essentially, and wield it, or give it to somebody, or wield it, or use it to save the kingdom. Karadak wants us to just destroy everything about Arthur outright. And of course, Orin / Merlin. I think Orin is like Merlin's stand-in as his apprentice. Wants us to resurrect Arthur in totality to act as king again. Yeah, you're the human part of Arthur's soul. Without you, he can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
So this is like literally just one aspect of his personality. So you have to wonder, like, taken as a whole, would he still want what his humanity is asking for? Because, I mean, are we not a whole person? You know, we're taking it, you know, we're all aspects of us at once. Is it fair to take only one aspect of him and destroy, like, essentially destroy it, so he can never be wholly himself ever again? Warren, you said, so anyway, I did get the Underrail bundle. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Sounds like it'll be a fantastic time. You're in for a treat, I hope. Again, I'll have to look into it. I've never heard of Underrail before, but I hope you have a fun time, my guy. Don't you care what happens with your kingdom next?
I don't care.
Ooh, wow. Oh.
Do you know how freeing that is, to finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden of all my failures? To not see my memory tarnished, my plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud? To not see the suffering my name causes? No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones.
Yeah, you've been through a lot, but there has to be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance. I want this to be over. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you, because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice, not mine, not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with, Orin, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Use it. Take it for yourself, or give it to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die. Please.
Jesus, man. That's like, it's crazy. Like the parts of him we've had up until like the most recent part seemed to have broken him, but the initial parts we had really wanted to come back and save Avalon. But then you come here and he's literally begging us to just let him die and rest and not have to go through all of it again, because there's been like multiple cycles of resurrection. It's a really hard decision. But Karada didn't like sway me at all. But this, like, is it fair to him to have it all rest on him when he actively doesn't want to do it? And it's other thing is this is just one part of his soul, right? There are other parts of him, like I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, they're of two minds on a lot of things. Like, part of you really wants to do it, or no, you should do it. Well, another part doesn't want it. So can he really judge until he's like made whole, until he has all aspects of himself? Can he even really judge what he actually wants? Because he's not the whole Arthur. He's literally only one aspect of Arthur. And some of him may be tired, but then some more of him might still want to save Camelot. You know, that guy isn't necessarily representative of Arthur's whole psyche, if that makes sense. Warden, you said they have Boston Dynamics death dog bots in that game? Oh, that's too real. Too real, sir. It'll be happening soon. They'll be in active duty with weapons on their backs. It's the future. It's terrifying. It is the future, though. Oh, you're back. Okay, see ya. Oh yeah, they're waiting for me. Uh-huh. Here we go.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, you're back here too. Okay. Well, sorry, Hob, you're being forced back into service. I even think about it, once Arthur is here, right? If Arthur is here, and, like, once we reform Arthur, if he really wants to stop, he can still stop himself, right? That's still an option. So yeah, let's give Arthur the chance by bringing him back to choose whether or not to live or not. Warden, you said there's so many traits. Uh-oh.
You carried
Sounds
a
dangerous.
dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all
Oh, it's the
things
Holy
to their
Grail, of course.
conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
God, we have like 18 seconds until the next ad break. At least until the timer's done. Sometimes it takes a bit longer. And I don't know if I can pause cutscenes when they start. I would hate to start the last cutscene just as the ad break fires. So I may not until after the ad break triggers. Because, yeah, I would hate for the... Yeah, there goes the ad break right now. Cool. So, yeah, we'll be back in just a bit. Warden, you said role player all you can LARP buffet. It sounds exciting, man. I'll definitely have to look into it. If anything, it might be something I play offline after, God, what did I play? God, I can't think of the name of it. I played the CRPG from Larian. And I can't remember its name. But yeah, I played a CRPG on stream, and it was fun. It was just super long, and by the end, I was ready to move on to something else. Yeah, I'll be back just a bit. Good luck on the ad break fight for anyone who chooses to participate. And thank you for doing so. In a second. Welcome back. Welcome back. No, I didn't see who won. Who won that? Oh, everyone died. Evidently. What happened to my guy? You know what? Everyone participated. Get a ticket. Dat Booty Meat, get a ticket. I think Typical Warden was in there at some point. Get a ticket. Nitro, you joined at the end. Get a ticket. There you go. There you go. Yeah, welcome in, Nitro. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, we are at the very end. I still had one more tribe to do. And I went, God, what? I forget what the tribe was. The ones you come in and their village is massacred. And they pissed me off so much, refusing to tell me what happened. I literally murdered them and did the end of the game. Because it's like, I'm done with this. You guys just die. I massacred everybody and went to the end game. It's very rare. Good on the game, because normally that stuff doesn't get to me, but those people were just being so obnoxiously rude. And nope. Debbie, you said my guy was alive and then it started spazzing out and bouncing all over the place and then just flew off the screen. Yeah, the special modifiers make people freak out sometimes. The Fallout Genocide run, welcome back. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Did it surprise you that Hob is Arthur's humanity? It did. It really did. That was a crazy revelation. I was wondering what the twist was going to be there. I did not expect that. I didn't know what to expect, but I definitely did not see it coming. So that was a cool twist. Now, what if I choose Orin's path?
You will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
I will vanish in the story I choose to restore. I mean, that makes it like that. Essentially, Arthur would be restored within me, right? I am the vessel of Arthur, essentially. What if I gave the king's soul to someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
If I choose Karadok's path?
You will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
And what if I take the king's soul for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
Ooh. Oh, God. I've been saying this whole time I want to resurrect Arthur and bring back, the strength of Camelot and everything. And again, as I was saying before, like, yes, the humanity in Arthur is tired. Hob is tired. And essentially says he wants to stop, but again, that's one aspect of Arthur, right? That's not like Arthur in his totality. That's not a whole Arthur. That's only one part of him. You could say perhaps it's the part that matters the most, but it's still not his entire psyche. I mean, like everybody, I think everybody has times whenever they're split on something, or one part of them wants to do something and another part doesn't, or is cautious about it, or, you're split essentially. Would it be fair to take one side of you for a major decision and then have it, make the decision for the totality of yourself? If that makes sense. I don't know that it would be. So yeah, I think for my ending, I am gonna bring back Arthur. Said there's a secret ending. You don't have it unlocked though. Oh, that stinks. What do you have to do? Like absolutely have to 100% the game or something, or do things in a certain order? Well, maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. But for now, we're gonna do what Orin wants and resurrect Arthur.
Then the idea shall endure, unquestioned, repeated, secured by return.
I begged you not to do this. I begged you.
Oh, I did it. Welcome back, Arthur. It's fine. You'll change your mind once you have the rest of you inside.
No, I won't let this happen. Not again.
Do I have to fight him? I do have to fight him. Nope. Yeah, wreck him. Are you gonna fight? What are you doing, Karadok? What was that? What was that? What was that fight? He tried to... Oh, I staggered him. He tried to shoot me, then he looked at me the rest of the time until he died. What a final duel. You'll change your mind once you have the rest of you inside, yes. being filled with yourself is an experience, and he'll come around. Don't worry. It's kind of anticlimactic. It really was. I thought he would fight back. He just sat there and took it.
Through your sacrifice, the king returned, entire, unbroken, and ready to reclaim his throne. You held faith that Avalon's fate still turned with him, that one last rising could bring balance to the broken land. Now he rules again, and the world bends to the weight of your choice, for salvation or for ruin. You gave everything to restore the king, and your journey ended with his return. Closing your eyes upon the sight of Arthur's triumph, you felt no regret, only the certainty that your final choice had been the right one. Soon after you made your decision in the resurrection chamber, Denham took the men here to Camelot, along with most of Kuanak's people. Yvain departed in silence to pursue the Grail and never returned, his absence barely noted as Kuanak faded into history. You awakened the giants and gave their strength to Camelot, ending the Dal Rita rebellion before it could ignite. In time, a new generation rose among the tribes, learning to coexist under Camelot's banner, no longer feared as savages, but respected as part of Avalon's future. Firgas remained captain of the Horns of the South. Under his leadership, the Horns honored their old traditions and returned under Camelot's banner, securing order along the southern frontier. Nianta left Kuanak with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Magat left Kuanak alongside Yvain, surprising many who had long considered him harmless and weak. His fate remained unknown, but in time, the people spoke proudly of the last druid, claiming him as one of their own. Urfir chose to stay with the people of Kuanak and later joined them on the road to Camelot. There, he became one of the community's most respected elders, valued for his wisdom and memory. Many sought him out to hear the old tales of Kuanak, preserving the memory of a vanished home. With Yvain's backing, Ailey secured the hospital's independence. She remained at its head, earning the respect and gratitude of the people she served. With Helmi as the new matron, the Volca returned to their former glory with renewed ferocity, their berserkers filled with an aggression that stirred quiet fear among the other tribes. Among the united tribes of the Dal Rita, the Volca were treated with equal parts awe and mistrust, seeming to teeter closer and closer to madness. Ingrid turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Dav Hamra's leadership, the Ulf grew stronger but more isolated. The tribe and the Stone Wardens became one, bound by a new symbol of strength, a steady hand against the chaos beyond their borders. Killian served as quartermaster of the Horns of the South, until one night his thirst for blood drove him to murder a fellow keeper. He was caught in the act and brought to a swift end.
Jesus. Just as an off note, that guy just killed his, just did friendly fire, evidently. What a psycho. Midas, welcome in. He said, I did Apex this morning. I hope you had a great time kicking butt. Well, we just finished the game. So yes, we kicked some butt. We played the game. It was great. So yeah, that was excellent experience. Excellent experience. Thank you guys for joining me for the playthrough. I really enjoyed it. I think it's an excellent Skyrim-like, I guess. Elder Scrolls-like. Much better writing. I feel like the last act was probably the weakest, but that DLC, man, was probably the best part of the whole game. I love that DLC a lot. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. If you like Skyrim, if you like the Elder Scrolls, if you like well-written RPGs, like I recommend the game. It was great. I think it's on Game Pass, I think. If you like Xbox Game Pass, otherwise I've seen it on sale already. So yeah, I say grab it. I say grab it. So we're about 2 hours in. I'm thinking, why don't we play some RimWorld for the rest of the stream? I did really enjoy some of the quests from the third act, though. Yeah, it's like, I feel like the third act had a lot of cool ideas and story, but the thing is, I feel like they started taking shortcuts. Like the bottomless character, they had us fight that guy in 2 separate places. I started to notice some like places were repeated a couple times. Like they started to reuse assets more than in the other acts. Yeah, I think that's what really stood out to me. It really felt like they got to the end of development. They really needed to get the game done, and so they took some shortcuts with it. And also, if you look back at release, it was like it was very much criticized for a super disjointed third act, very, very buggy third act. I like the Sphene questline and going to get the Giant's Blessing from the Ulfert questline. Yeah, the Sphene are the ones I killed because they were pissing me off. I murdered all of them. But the Giant's Blessing questline was cool. I did like that. That was neat. And talking to all the giants was really neat. A lot of cool set pieces. But yeah, great game. I hope they get to make a sequel. And even if they make a game in a different franchise, I would be up to get it. What about them did I not like? Well, I met them. They wouldn't tell me anything. They were a jerk to me. And then they sent me this lady. The lady had me go to like find a guy who apparently was in a cave. And what she really was doing is sending me to my death. She tried to get me killed. And then I come back and she still won't tell me what the hell's going on in their village. She still won't talk to me. She just tried to murder me. They won't tell me what the hell happened. So I murdered them all. So yeah, maybe they're right to distrust me. But yeah. Great times. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch everything over to RimWorld. We'll be back in... Wait, you've completed the game. You can now return to the world just before the ending and continue exploring the world of Avalon. If you're ready for a greater challenge, start New Game Plus. Well, maybe in the future, but not for now. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch everything to RimWorld. I'll be back in just a few minutes, and it'll be another chance to get a bonus raffle ticket if you guys would like to participate in the ad break fight. But good luck either way.